My garbage person deserves to be here for a lot of different reasons. It is Ron DeSantis, and honestly, pick your reason that he's the garbage person this week. It could be that Florida's Supreme Court has decided that they are going to allow his personally gerrymandered redistricting map to go forward. The one that the Republicans in the state legislature had done wasn't biased and racist enough, so he just did it him personally because he 100% sees himself as a dictator. Everything is supposed to be up to him, and that'll run through a lot of these other stories. So they're gonna get a 20-8 advantage in terms of congressional districts. They win those races, like across the state, a couple of points. It's gonna be 20-8. That is how biased this is. So, and by the way, this decision was made by, it was endorsed by 4 justices. 3 of them were put on the court by DeSantis. So fun how that works out. He gets to choose the people who then decide that Democrats don't get to be congressmen or women from Florida anymore. So that could be the reason, Brett. You could have him moving to ban transition care for transgender youths and Medicaid recipients, or the idea that he literally wants to ban Medicaid coverage for transgender people of literally any age whatsoever. So they come for the kids first and then for literally everyone. That could be a reason. It could be that he's vetoed a bunch of spending that was gonna go in part towards a youth sports complex that was gonna be at the site of the Tampa Bay Rays. Now he says it's just a budget thing, but they just came out with a call to end gun violence. He doesn't like being criticized. Is it impossible to think that that could be part of it? They were gonna fine the Special Olympics a whole bunch of money because they dared to think that people in 2022 should have vaccines. And then in the face of millions of dollars in fines, they decided to backtrack on that. He responded, DeSantis, just this morning by saying, this will be a lot of relief to a lot of athletes. Yes, they were really worried about the possibility that they might have to take a safe and effective vaccine like a year and a half after it was made available. He's just garbage all around and he's not going anywhere. Best case scenario, I guess, is him as the Republican nominee rather than Trump, but it's garbage all the way.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis is a little mini dictator who bent over both forwards and backwards for Donald Trump when running for office. And he is attacking the Special Olympics. Like this guy who's about freedom, Mr. Freedom, freedom of speech, freedom of everything, went after the Special Olympics. And he also wants you to run everything by him before you're allowed to do it in Florida. That's not freedom. That's not freedom at all. And they all pretend to be like these big, you talk about this all the time, these like big manly men, but they're like, oh my God, the biggest threat is whether you can use a pool. They say they're not segregationists. They say they're not anything like that anymore, but they're like, their main issue now is who gets to use the pool when.
Yeah, they also pretend that they're against cancel culture and they don't believe in political correctness. But the Rays put out that statement about guns, and apparently that was not the correct political position to have because now they're going to lose out on a whole bunch of money thanks to this little man baby. Anyway, those are our garbage people of the week, but 35,000 of you also voted. Shout out to Sophie, who we joked about how she forgot to put up the poll in time for the show. So those like 4,000 votes, those are on you. Just for the record, I'm totally kidding. Anyway, with that said, here are the top 5 for this week. Coming in at number 5 with 6% of the vote is Elon Musk for forcing his employees to work in person, tied for 4th and 3rd. You have social media for bombarding us with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, and Marjorie Greene for her peach tree dish comments. That's up there. Anyway, number 2 with 15% of the vote is Jim Justice for claiming gun violence has nothing to do with guns. A lot of people could hold that position. But 65% of the vote went to Ted Cruz for speaking at the NRA convention days after the Uvalde shooting. He definitely deserved that position. I never know how these things are gonna go. I could have seen them going for a few of those there, but yeah, he was a real baddie, a real garbage person. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.